Hey guys, it's Kara. It's 2025, so new year, new gear list. I have a more comfort-based setup this year. It's going to be about an 8-pound base weight, so we'll get into some of the changes that I made this year compared to the last couple years. As always, the bag is packed pretty much how I would pack it if I was going out. There are a few things missing, which I will talk about when we go through it. And the only thing that's really going to be missing from inside the pack is this crinkly, annoying NyloPro liner that just ruins the sound of the video. So this would be in there, but for the purpose of this, it won't be today. So this pack is new this year, and this is one of 2 packs that I'm going to be trying. So this is the LiteAF 30-liter Curve. Obviously you can see custom colors for the pockets and the logo stripped down here. The rest of the pack is black. It is all EcoPack material. And the other pack that I will be trying out is the 30-liter Nashville Packs Cutaway. I ordered that in November towards the end, so it hasn't come in yet. It should be shipping in about 2 weeks. But that is the other pack that I will be testing out this year along with this one. So on the outside of the pack, in the water bottle pockets, I would usually have 2 smart water bottles, but I don't have any laying around. So I just threw something in one side. So one side would be my clean water bottle that would just have some kind of sport cap on it. And then on the other side, I would have another bottle with a regular full-size Sawyer squeeze attached. So this would be my dirty bottle. I can filter it into the other bottle. I could drink right out of this if I have to. And on this pack, I got a little side pocket with some cord. So if I have a tall bottle with this on top of it, I can actually kind of thread this underneath. It won't move around. It'll keep the whole bottle secure so it's not bouncing. So normally I would have 2 smart water bottles. One of them would have this, the other would have a sport cap. In this big main pocket, I have my Ditty bag and electronics bag all in one. This is just a DCF bag by Almond's Right. And inside of here, I have a Nitecore 10,000 milliamp power bank. I have some cables for that, a charging brick, and I also have a cable for a little flashlight that's in here. I have a knife, towel, toothpaste tablets, toothbrush, and I also have a very minimal first aid kit, Glucotape, duct tape, safety pin, some blister patches, and some band-aids. So that would usually stay out here if it's going to rain. Obviously this is not waterproof, so this would end up going inside the pack. But if it's going to be good weather, then it will stay out here so I can get to any of this stuff if I need it. Also in this big outside pocket is my poncho. Now this is the Sea to Summit Ultra Sil Nano Poncho. This thing weighs just over 5 ounces, packs up nice and small into this little stuff sack. If you've watched my other videos for years, I've used an Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain jacket. It's never failed me, but I wanted to try something different. So this is a little lighter. This will cover my pack and myself. So we'll see how this works. And that will stay on the outside in case the weather's bad. It's easy to just grab it right from the outside of the pack. Other thing in here is my trowel. This is just a Bogler Co. trowel. It's pink, matches with the pockets on this. Very light. And last thing is another Almond's Right bag for my tent stakes. And these are MSR groundhogs, and I have a couple shepherd hook stakes that I just got from Z-Packs. Other than that, that's pretty much all that's on the outside. I would keep like a day's worth of snacks in here, so it's just easy to get to and it doesn't take up space inside the bag. And other than that, I just have my Don't Be a Dick Kula cloth that I've had for a couple years. And that's it for the outside. Going into the pack, it has a Y strap. And I do like that LiteAF uses little cam snaps instead of Velcro, because the Velcro gets stuck on everything. So, very top of the pack, the first thing I always pack up here is a tent. And I'm back to a Z-Packs Duplex. So I've been backpacking with a Duplex since 2019. It was the first ultralight tent I ever bought. And last year, if you watched my video, I started the year with an X-Mid Pro 2 Plus. And then I also tried out a tarp tent double rainbow LI. So we were looking for tents that had a little more interior space, that were still DCF, that were still light. And we tried those tents out, and they're both great tents, but we just kept coming back to the simplicity of the Duplex. And I also like that with Z-Packs, you can choose which canopy fabric you want. So I always choose the thicker 0.75 DCF. This one happens to be spruce green. It also comes in dirt brown and burnt orange. They say it's not necessary, but I like the extra peace of mind. If I'm spending almost $700 on a tent, I'd rather just have a thicker DCF fabric on the canopy so I don't have to worry. So back to the Z-Packs Duplex. For backpacking, this is the best backpacking tent I have found. Super easy to set up. There's a lot more room for error when you're setting it up, whether you're tired after hiking all day or if you're new to trekking pole tents compared to something like the X-Mid where you have to be pretty precise. There's a lot more room for error with this. So it's just a really easy setup. I'm used to it by now. It's not gigantic for one person. It is a little tight for two people, but it works. It's easy, it's reliable. So this is gonna just be the tent we're gonna stick with. Next up is clothes. I have an Octa fleece from LEVE Outdoor. Very warm, very light, pretty durable, packs down small. And then inside of a stuff sack from Enlightened Equipment, I just have my extra clothes. So if you see my other videos, I hike in a merino sun hoodie and some Brooks 7-inch chaser shorts with pockets. They are the best shorts I've ever found. So inside of here, I have another pair of Brooks shorts in black. I have a couple pairs of hiking socks that are smart wool. I have a couple pairs of ex officio underwear in here, and just a t-shirt and a sports bra to sleep in, hike in. That's pretty minimal for clothes. Next up is my cook pot. You guys have seen this before if you've seen my videos. It's just a Toaks 650 titanium pot. And inside of here is a small fuel canister and the BRS backpacking stove. It weighs 0.9 ounces for the stove. It's pretty reliable. It hasn't failed yet. Very cheap, easy to replace if you need to replace it. So that fits in there. And along with that, I have a smelly proof bag and just a titanium long handle spoon. So my food goes in here. Everything that doesn't go in this outside pocket for my first day of snacks goes in a odor-proof bag. And this year, which is new, I decided to go with a more comfort-driven sleep system. Usually I just use a closed cell foam pad. I've used the Thermarest Z-Lite. I've used the Nemo Switchback. This year, I decided to switch to an inflatable pad, so I got the Klymit Static V, and I also got a little Klymit pillow to go with it. Now, usually I just use the closed cell foam pad, and I'll put my clothes bag underneath my head. So I tried this out car camping over the summer for a couple days. We went down by the ocean. I got the best night's sleep I've ever gotten, camping, backpacking, whatever, on this pad with this pillow. So the pad itself is 18.7 ounces. It's about ½ pound heavier than my closed cell foam pad. The pillow weighs 2.5 ounces, but it is definitely worth the extra weight. I sleep so much better. It does take up some extra room inside my pack, which I'm not used to because the Z-Lite pad will just fit right on the top. But I have enough space in a 30-liter pack to not worry about it. But this was definitely a game changer. My mom actually got the same sleeping pad and she tried it out because she has tons of problems sleeping on the ground when we go camping. She said she also slept great on this, so the two of us have had really good experiences. I know some people are not a fan of this particular pad, but for us, they've worked really well. So 2025, we're going to be using these and a pillow. Be much more comfortable. And the last thing in the pack, which is also new for this year, is a 40-degree quilt from Hammock Gear. Now, if you see my other videos, I've always bought quilts from either Enlightened Equipment or UGQ. They're both really good brands. I have no complaints about them, but I do try to test out as many different cottage companies as I can. So I did a lot of research. Hammock Gear has really great reviews, And from what I can tell so far in the little bit of testing that I've done on this, for the weight, this is a really, really warm 40-degree quilt. It's just their Burrow. It was on sale during Black Friday. I think it was like 25% off. Really good price. Packs down to 5.5 liters. Comes with a stuff sack. And it will compress a little bit more. But this has been a really good quilt. I'm really happy with this so far, and I want to see how it stands up compared to UGQ and Enlightened Equipment. But this is another new brand for this year. So that is my whole setup. Like I said, it's a little more comfort based than usual. This base weight with everything I just showed you and the missing bottles comes out to just over 8 pounds. I think it's 8.1 to be exact. If I go backpacking with my mom, this is the exact setup I'll carry. If I go with Jess, we usually try to offset the weight of me taking the whole tent. So she'll take something small, maybe like the electronics, just to kind of balance the weight out. So if she takes something, then my base weight goes back down to just over 7 pounds, which is where it's usually at. So either way, it's still a light setup. It's got everything I need. I have comfortable sleeping pad. I have a pillow. I have a fully enclosed tent for 2 people, still light enough and small enough that I could take it just by myself. So this is the setup. I'm excited to try out some new things. Like I said, I'm excited to get that other pack in and see how that does. I got them both the same capacity because I want to carry the same amount of gear, whether I take this or the Nashville pack. But the Nashville pack definitely has a different strap system. If you're not familiar, it's more of like a running vest strap. You can take them off, you can switch the straps out, you can adjust them however you want. So I do want to see which is going to carry a little bit better. Kind of put them against each other throughout the year and see which one I like better, if one is considerably better than the other. But this is the setup. We have some backpacking trips planned. We have some traveling, some car camping in the national parks. So some of this will get tweaked a little bit for that. But this is the overall setup for 2025. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them and I will try to answer them as quickly as possible. If you found anything helpful, like the video, consider subscribing. And as usual, I will put the individual weights of all of these items in the description in case you're interested. And as always, thanks for watching.